I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review and installation of the Smittybilt SRC Stinger front bumper with winch plate, fitting all 2007 and up JKs. Today we're going to talk through the installation of this bumper, which I would give a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches, because this is designed to bolt directly onto your JK without the need to drill or cut anything. We're also going to talk through the construction and a few of the features of this bumper. A stubby bumper like this is really designed for those of you who are running a big 37-inch tire on your JK and need some additional clearance so that the tire doesn't contact the bumper when you're making turns or when you're flexing off-road. However, a lot of you just like the stubby bumper look because it does make your JK look a lot more like an off-road vehicle. That, combined with the stinger sticking off the front, gives your Jeep a really tough and rugged look. This bumper combines that look with a few other features as far as recovery points and winch mounts that make this a very functional and good-looking bumper. This Stinger bumper is made of 3/16-inch cold-rolled steel that's covered in a textured black powder coat finish, and the Stinger is made of 2-inch round tubing. Now, the main purpose of a Stinger originally was for when you're doing some really hardcore off-roading and coming down a ledge, that if you start to flip forward, the Stinger will hit the ground and kick you to one side or the other, keeping you on your tires. Now, I know a lot of us aren't doing that type of wheeling, but a lot of you are still interested in the look. So this Stinger will definitely give you that look. However, I wouldn't expect it to be strong enough to really hold up to the type of abuse that it would have to go through if you were about to roll over your Jeep. This does have a couple of gussets built into it, but again, it's not going to be the strongest Stinger possible. As far as other features of this bumper, right in the name it says that this does have a winch plate built into it, which is a great feature because you don't need to purchase any additional hardware to get a winch mounted on your bumper. Simply bolt it up to the existing winch plate and you're good to go. Bumper also has a couple of recovery points right up on the front that bolt through the bumper onto the frame horns, giving you really strong recovery points. Now, even though this has a winch, those recovery points are going to be really helpful because you can use a snatch block to a tree to double the pulling power of your winch, or use another strap depending on your recovery situation. Because this is a stubby front bumper, it does not retain the factory fog lights. There just isn't enough room on the bumper. However, Smittybilt does provide you with a couple of holes up on the top of the bumper, so you can mount some auxiliary lights that have a standard single post mount. Like I said before, this is a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench installation because this is designed to bolt directly onto your Jeep. So the first step in the installation process is removing your factory front bumper, which you'll do by first removing the splash shield, then removing the frame cover, and finally removing the 8 nuts that are holding your factory bumper in place. Don't forget to unclip your fog light wiring harness and your fog light bulbs themselves before removing the bumper from the Jeep. After that, it's a simple matter of setting the new bumper over the frame horns and using the included hardware to attach it to the vehicle. Now, if you are going to be installing a winch on this bumper, I do recommend bolting the winch to the bumper while it's on the ground and then putting the bumper winch combination onto the Jeep. It is going to be a lot heavier, however, it can be very difficult to get to the winch mounting bolts once the bumper is already bolted onto the vehicle. One nice thing about this stubby bumper is that even though it has the winch plate built into it, you do not need to relocate your vacuum pump. This does have a small notch cut out of the winch plate, so no need to relocate that vacuum pump. This will bolt right in place. The whole installation shouldn't take you more than an hour to get finished, and you won't need any specialty tools, just some hand tools. Smittybilt is known for making armor products that fit into a lot of budgets. This is not going to be a bumper that's at the top of the price range, but it's also not going to have all of the features or the build quality that warrants that price either. This is going to be a well-built product that also looks good, but it'll leave some money in your pocket for some other mods. So if you need a stubby front bumper for the additional tire clearance and you like to have a Stinger for the looks, this is going to be a really nice package that also integrates a winch mount and won't break the bank. So that's my review of the Smittybilt SRC stubby front bumper with winch plate, fitting all 2007 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.